what type of ghost shenanigan wild stuff is that? It didn't search for a server, it didn't like ping for best anything, it's just like, you're live on Twitch now, congratulations. So who knows, we can be streaming from Malaysia right now.
Oh, the alerts just come through, so
Okay, let me put
it's definitely live.
Yeah. Boom. Alright. Let us gently nudge this pig into the starting position. Hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Seas and Skies group, our session, Saga 1 session, our episode 22. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Everything you're going to see is going to be live storytelling. Cool thing is that the story can go in any direction, and we don't know where it's going to go. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching, stop, talk to your parents, collaborate, and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. But no, you might see content inappropriate for you and go do kid stuff. And finally, we're running late, so I'm just going to jump straight into the recap. And I'm going to blitz through this. My notes were pretty thin for last session. Last session was a pretty heavy one. The party had just finished fighting off a undead attack, a swarm of zombies in the sea, because apparently that's a thing that just happens sometimes in the Southern Sea. As they were licking their wounds and their ship limped to port, the party laid to rest their fallen, cleansed the blight that was put on some of the bodies and the chickens, or rather the chicken that was blighted, and honored the fallen, the late great Duna, and made their way to the port of Nortvigar. Once you got to Nortvigar, the party was almost scammed by a dockhand named Talk, and then the party split up to handle some tasks in the city. Nefria and Tuer went to talk to the portmaster, who said he'll pay the ship 25 gold per chit that they collect to transport people back to their homes, as the Council of Displaced People, of all of those people who were magically teleported all throughout the world 2 months ago at this point, are all the ones that were teleported into Heimsdale are being collected on this island at this port, and the queen is giving them a travel voucher for 25 gold to help get back to wherever their home is. And if the party wants to take and collect some of these chits, they can return some of these people back from where they came from and make a little bit of money. Kal Bahari went into the seas, and the party was very explicitly warned that the Marai that live just north of the port underwater are not friendly and do not like the settlers here. Well, I wouldn't even say settlers, they've been here for a while. But Kal Bahari went to talk to the Marai settlement. They recognize Kal Bahari as a outsider, and this is one of those weird, well, I wouldn't say weird, I would say it's pretty 50-50 split along Marai culture, that it is still kind of questionable if Marai think they should integrate with the surface world, and this collection, this Yandar of them, do not interact or integrate with the social world. As they put it, they follow the old ways. Cal met a Marai named Shiza, and and he also met a moonsinger named Orin. After much talk and realizing the different superstitions of the Mari that live here, that surface dwellers tried to steal their magic, and that has definitely set them on edge lately. That Cal was able to establish a loose understanding with Orin, and she has permitted him to travel in and out of the Yandar, and he may bring one friend when he comes back. And Cal can learn more of his culture and some of the knowledge that these people have, and maybe bridge some gaps between them and the locals. She also informed Cal of the nature of the Song of the Sunless Deaths. That singing it connects Cal to that singularity of things that have lost its form. It is taboo to sing it. Mari who do oftentimes get lost to it and lose their form too. So as for what that means for Cal, it is still up in the air. Enrique, you went to buy supplies. You left with Favu, and we didn't get to handle you, so we're going to handle...
And to his horse.
Yeah, and to his horse. We're going to handle you this time.
Okay.
So how about we'll start with you. Oh, well, actually, no. We'll start with me, and then we'll start with you.
Okay.
So it is currently the 9th of Servant. You all are in the South Seas of Ilderon, in the port of Nortvigar, on the island of Letris, in the nation of Heimstale, and the tree and the bucket on the bucket and the bog and the bog and the swamp and I don't know. Come on, go to the right thing. There we go.
We're down in the folio.
Yeah, there you go. Eric knows. I butchered the song by singing that about once a month to Insomni. So I do know. You all are in the port of Nortvigar. It is the 9th of Servant. You got into port this morning. I would say we're approaching midday. Enrique, you are walking the hills and the roads of the city, talking to different people as you are collecting the supplies and the different things your party members ask for, and maybe just getting some good local cuisine and ingredients that Roriku can work with. And so we're going to start with you. Ramon, can you describe to me what it feels like for Enrique when he casts a spell and when he channels like the power of his patron?
What it feels like?
Yes.
It feels like you know when have you been like in a pool and you know when you try to grab water?
Yeah.
And it's like it's in your hand, but like it just slips out. Like that's how he kind of feels when he casts Eldritch Blast. Like he's grabbing, and then it just shoots out. That's how it's like it feels like when he's casting the Eldritch Blast. And all the other spells have that similar feel of you're grasping something, and you feel it, but it's not really there. But it has like it's not like air where there's nothing. It's really hard to describe.
Okay. No, but I think I'm following that, and I feel like Enrique right now would feel that sensation of like almost being submerged a little bit, and there's a slight like resistance to his actions, and probably even like this essence all around him. Is he's almost like mid conversation, and as you are talking, you just see like this swaying vine from the ground. It is translucent, going from pink, like a pink translucent at the bottom to like a blue translucent in its top, and it rises and sways almost like seaweed at like the bottom of the ocean. There's a few of them around you, and ever so often one of these little swaying translucent vines are going to spring up.
Okay. So I guess as I stop mid sentence and see the weird land seaweed, spectral seaweed, I'll turn to Feibu and ask her, "Hey, did you see something strange just now?"
You're gonna turn around to Feivu, and she's kind of lost to this sea of like this translucent seaweed, and it's almost like I would say for Americans, it's almost like you're in this huge cornfield. As you look and you turn around to like continue buying supplies, and you're just kind of lost in this.
So they're like rising up like higher and higher?
No. They're not. I would say they're probably about 7 feet tall. Just
Okay.
swaying.
All right, so they are over me. All right, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
All right. I'll look around, slightly confused. What's going on? Wait, my familiar. Wait, where? Do I sense my familiar around me?
Give me an Arcana check.
Got a 17.
I would say, you don't sense your familiar, but you are aware that this is your patron's presence and your patron's magic. You can conjure it at will here.
Okay. I'm gonna conjure it. So I'm gonna
Okay.
try to have it be my eye in the sky, like to look around to see what they can see around me.
Okay. And you can perceive through its senses?
Yeah.
Okay. You conjure your patron. I believe it's a imp?
Yes.
Okay. And it's going Dia is going to take flight. And you can pause in this field and look around at like what's happening. You are in a sea of this, and I would say Enrique, you can roll me a history check. DC 13. And I will tell you more information about this place, but otherwise, this is vaguely familiar to you as an experience, but you can't quite place it. But there is no town here. There are just these waving fields of seaweed everywhere around you. And by the moment, what's your passive perception?
14.
Yeah, by the moment you think that like, okay, what's going on? I'm just stuck here. Your familiar is going to catch sight of somebody moving through these fields. You see a person with like brown hair and kind of like dingy clothes, and they probably stand as like a stark contrast to like all of this pink and blue translucent seaweed and like this almost sea-like sky, and they're moving away from you. Your familiar only ever sees like the back of them. If you want to track them, you have like their direction. Otherwise, you can try and sick Dia on them,
That's the most only thing we can find. So I'm gonna have Dia remain up in the sky, and I'll move in the direction. So I guess have Dia stay up in the air to keep an eye on them, and I'm going to the direction that they're going in.
Okay. As you follow Dia's guidance, this person is picking up speed, and you're not gonna believe I rolled 2 nat 1s. It doesn't matter what you roll. You know what? Give me one survival check to see if you nat 1, and if you nat 1, I'll ask you for another. But there's no way you double nat 1. Okay. Yeah. This person is just aimlessly like walking and trying to weave their way through here. You, with the help of your familiar, understanding your patron's presence, you are more adept at navigating this. Moving through this field, pushing all of these aside, you run and catch up to her. You turn, or when you arrive, who turns to greet you is a tall, very built woman. She has black hair and brown hazel eyes. There is a almost danger to her presence as she looks at you. And I'm going to give you info on your passive perception, but give me one active perception check to see if you gain any additional info beyond the 14. Oh god.
19.
So as she stands looking at you, Enrique, you realize that she is aware of someone else here. She cannot see you, as she is looking past you and over you. So you have a moment where you can study and take in her features. She has a tattoo on the side of her shoulder, much like your Ironwind pirate friend, except this one is of feathers arranged into a smiling face. And she has a tattoo of tick marks across the back of her neck. There are 5 of them. And I would say that you're also going to notice some like bruising and other things on her. As you are studying and trying to understand or learn who this woman is, you are going to feel your patron's presence again. And that just feeling of like water and kind of like grasping and pushing everything like out around you is going to encompass not just your hand but your whole body. And Enrique, you are going to gain a boon, an epic boon. You gain a boon of combat prowess. When you miss with a melee attack, you can choose to hit instead. Once you use this boon, you can't use it again until you finish a short rest. You feel that this power, as your patron's power like encompasses you, you feel with your contract and with your pack, it is safe and it is powerful and deadly for you to use, but this is not for you to hold. This is for someone else, and you feel like if you give it to someone else, it's not going to potentially be as safe as it is for you to have. There's a moment where she keeps looking over, like, your head at where you are, and she's going to turn and keep walking through this field, and then I would say Fevu, like, it's going to reach through this field, hand on your shoulder. It's like, see what, Enrique? You okay?
He's just gonna look around, and I guess like suddenly like voices of people are is around now, right? Instead of
Yeah,
the wind.
yeah.
All right. He's gonna look around and just shake his head. Just I'm
You
Mike.
going into that echo thing again? Do we need to get you
No.
back to the ship?
No. Horse. Freaked me out for a second.
Yeah, the horse will just lightly headbutt Enrique's shoulder.
Oh. Okay. Sorry, that's too funny. He's gonna shake his head. He would have jumped at the horse out of nowhere. He said, "Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
horse was there the entire time.
I know. That's what's scary. That ninja horse."
Celestial, yeah.
He'll jump at the horse like, "Oh yeah, yeah. I guess I was just no echoes, just something else. But I'm fine. I'm fine though. I'm fine. Fine. Gonna look around to see if that person he saw, like, is around.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Got a 12.
Enrique, you are going to look around. You don't see her here. There are lots of just different people wandering the city because of all the displaced people being put here. I would say on a 12, that's like close enough to a semi-pass, but like she's just not here. I would say that Enrique can kind of see the rest of the town rolling down like the valley side, and you could surmise that probably the distance that you walked is probably somewhere still in town.
Okay. Yeah, I'll turn to Fabe, who's like, like I said, I saw something. Saw someone. I don't know if they're here though. Let's just keep going. I'm fine for now.
Okay. You and Fevu can finish buying supplies. After you're done, she's got a basket of stuff. You've got like probably a whole sack of stuff slung over your shoulder as you're carrying this all back.
And the horse has everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw everything on the horse.
I think that's everybody, and about midday for lunch, everybody would be reconvening at the ship. Oh yeah, Ina was helping Chalky repair the ship. I think because what you told me earlier, love, I might talk to you about that later, but I'm not gonna roleplay it. Okay, you feeling better? Good. I still think I'm gonna talk to you about that later. Okay. All right. The party meets up in the middle of the day. You are all together on the captain's curse. It is midday on the 9th of Servant. What would you... Well, I guess, does anyone want to do anything, or Does anybody want to tell me where you are or what you're doing on the ship?
Ina is carrying a new chicken. Well, not new, but a different one than she.
I literally was just about to say, Ina, do you want to go find a chicken? Dang it, you beat me to it.
This is Corey.
Mafria is honored to add Corey to our crew members.
Oh, no. Corey's been here the whole time. This is just one of the other chickens.
Oh, designated better chicken?
No. All of the chickens have had names this whole time. Duna's just the one Ina carried around. Now it's Corey.
It is very nice to meet you, Corey. Nafria also wants to probably make sure that, in addition to our food supply, we have everything set up for lumber and anything that Chalky needs. Is there anything that, otherwise, Nafria's main goal is to get out of town. We don't necessarily need to be running errands for the Navy.
Well, maybe not, but at the same time, we have come across some information as to some money making, considering our stocks are running rather low.
Well, I was there for that being brought up by the dock master.
Yep, we were there together.
Perfect.
What's the job?
Effectively, transporting displaced civilians to other ports. We get a decent sum of money per civilian. I believe you said it was something like 25 gold per.
Yeah, 25 gold per person, and it's endorsed. It's basically federally insured by like 5 banks. It's guaranteed money per person.
I'm not fond of working for the crown, but at the same time, I also like not being poor.
So do I, but y'all took all my money.
And completely broke.
So basically, per person, we could almost take care of the entire crew for one day. So if we were going somewhere, we could take a couple people with us. That wouldn't be an additional burden, and load up the ship on pure convenience that we're leaving town anyway, and catch up some extra money. Not a bad idea.
I'm down with that.
At least that is what was proposed to us. We figured we'd ask everyone else, see what everyone else thinks.
I see no issue here.
I actually brought this up before about all the people here. I didn't know they'd be paying us so that with this much money, so that's actually better.
I think it's a good idea to collect the money since it seems to be very easy to cash in. And I don't want to necessarily commit until close to the last minute in case somehow our affiliations change. But I like the idea of collecting and we're basically doing what we're doing anyway.
We also may want to look for a bunch of people who want to go to the same place or the same area so we can drop them all off at one time.
Or at the very least, at ports that we'd be stopping at along the route anyway.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I figure if we plan our next couple stops, we can just go to the groups and be like, anyone going to these stops, sign on with us.
I agree.
Once there's
I will
a
play devil's advocate for a second. I'm sorry, but we are pirates, not necessarily cruise liners.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we don't necessarily have to be one or the other, but if our main objective is to guide people from one destination to another, that's a little different than robbing people from one place to another.
I'd say it's less our main objective and more a way to make money while we're here.
Without raising the alarms.
You know, we haven't established ourselves yet.
Once there's a consensus reached on moving people, and I guess like Nefria's kind of put a thrown a curveball to it. I think Fevu would interject, looking at Nefria and say, "Captain, a word."
Of course, speak freely.
In private, your quarters.
Of course. Let's go there now.
Okay. She's going to walk below decks, or not below deck, into the captain quarters with Nefria. I'm going to AFK for 2 seconds. My headphones are dying. And then I will be right back. If you all want to keep discussing the decision on moving people.
Commercial break. Oh no.
Ina's gonna look at Fevu and Nefria leaving, and then kind of glance around to the rest of the party and be like, "Are they?
I don't assume so, but none of my business. All I know is Captain and First Mate.
Captain, first mate, childhood friends, I think? I don't know.
No, definitely not childhood friends. We literally met her at when we got the boat. Remember? Right in that tavern. Yeah.
They act like it sometimes.
She kind of had a strong arm job application. She basically said, "I'll be your first mate," or "I'll be your first mate."
Okay.
Um,
I misremember the first session. I thought Fevu was with somebody in the party prior.
No, Fevu just attached herself.
Yeah, she was one of the youth in the
Okay.
in the tavern. Mayago contacted her, that other boy, and gave each of them a offer to make money. And each of them essentially had a different quest for the party, and you guys went with Fevu instead of Sokalu.
Okay.
I
misremembered, but I'm still gonna say that was in character for Galbahari.
Wait, what did you say? My headphones were off.
That entire conversation was in character.
No, I'm saying. Oh, so wait,
That
what did Kalbahari say?
The clearing of Fevu being
Nefria's childhood friend, basically.
Okay.
Because Kalbahari's not the brightest. He knows on how to read people, but he does not remember things well.
Jumping away for a second, and then I'll pass it back to you all. Fevu has her arms crossed as she closes the door, Nefria. She's going to say, my job as first mate is to report on the health of the crew. Enrique was in the water with all those zombies that killed Duna and the Vice Admiral. I don't know if he's blighted or carrying something, but he had an incident today at the market.
What do you think? Do you believe that he is blighted?
She's gonna shrug and say, I don't know these things, but before we make any decisions to go to the open sea, with him aboard, you should know at least who will be on decks with us.
not in character, above board. Who has been primarily been doing the flight checking? Was that Kalbahari? That was checking people earlier for flight.
It was Tue.
Yeah, she'll say,
Sorry, Tuer.
Tuer and Cal have the magic for it. Lonley's a trained medic. We're not short on knowledge on the subject. She's just going to shrug and say, if he's hiding something, just as captain, you should know.
I think I'm going to call Tuer and Enrique to us now, purely to get it out of the way. So, Nefria's just going to kind of turn away from Febu and walk out the door and say, Enrique and Tuer, come here now, please. I'm sorry to inconvenience you.
Aye, Captain.
All right.
Well, go in.
Yep.
As they approach and we close the door behind, I'm going to just address Tuer. Tuer, please look at Enrique as if he is someone that you have no affiliation with at this moment. Enrique, turn to Enrique.
Captain?
You have been inside, you have been in potentially the same conditions that others that were blighted were. I need to make sure that you are not in a compromised position and that we do not need to take care of anything further.
Huh?
I'm sorry, but Tuer, please go ahead and inspect.
Wait a second, Captain. Like, I understand the concern. I'm perfectly happy to do so. What across all of Ilderon makes you think that I would hide someone being afflicted by the fucking blight?
Oh,
especially
I did not answer your
following it,
question,
only
but
just
I
being able to get rid of it.
I'm so sorry, but I just asked that you be extra diligent, and that since the exposure was so recent, it potentially could be hard. So I just wish that you remain diligent in your task.
Fevu is leaned against the door, arms still crossed. She's gonna say, what happened at the marketplace, Enrique?
Oh, that.
If you're weak of spirit, we need to know.
No.
Oh, that. Yeah, sorry, my horse filled me in.
That violates its therapeutical contract. It's supposed to be
Let's skip
private.
That was not. It was not acting in any sort of therapeutic manner, Fevu. So calm your tits.
Okay. Okay, he's gonna say, "Oh, that." While we were out there, I saw something, and it's hard to describe. It was like I was in a field of tall grass. I guess you can say grass. Color wasn't grass. It was the same feeling I have from my patron. It was like my patron was all around. It was like I was transported somewhere else. I couldn't see Fevu, I couldn't hear the crowd, I couldn't see anybody, anything. And I decided to summon my familiar and had him check around, see if I can find anything, see anyone. There was someone out there. I don't know who she was. I made my way over to her. And not too long after I was back, let's look at his hand. Maybe I was meant to find them. Maybe I have to find them in town. I don't know, but maybe my god was pushing me towards meeting them, and because of that, they gave me, I guess, a reward or a push. Gave me some power.
Okay then.
Power that I can't
what-
use.
Can you describe your reward a little further? What type of power did you acquire?
I don't know how to describe combat prowess boon.
I would say for Enrique, I would say you are like bursting with this potential from your patron that there is like some guidance to your actions. So much so that like you just feel like if you were to get into a combat, you could stab someone straight through with your eyes closed.
Okay, I guess I'll say like I feel like I'm fighting someone hand to hand. I can my god will guide me. It'll guide my weapon, and it'll be stronger.
Okay then.
I'm glad to be on this side of your team.
DM, Tua's just going to quickly pop off a divine sense while he's describing that.
Okay.
So-
I would say so Tuer, have you ever been to Moribasaku, the capital of Mirai?
No.
Okay. I would say you've heard stories of Forgotten. This is very different. Like, you open your divine sense, and normally you smell like brimstone or like flowers, or something, like just letting your senses experience this. I would say that as you do this to Enrique, and like hand forward, there is like a rush of wind passing by you of like the eldritch force inside of Enrique right now, but it's not wind. You hear an entire chorus of like 5 different songs and like this chanting, almost like scary, almost like cool, almost like Latin chorus for a moment, and then as your divine sense fades, the music's going to fade with it. Enrique is the center of that experience. Go ahead.
Yeah. Tua will just after coming down from that, just shake his head. Ooh. Okay. Well, I can confirm it's not the blight. I'm gonna just go on a limb and say that either that was just your patron appearing to you in some weird form, or was giving you some sort of message. Either way, nothing I could help out with directly. You made your contract. You deal with it.
Feivu's gonna speak up and say, "Who did ask you to find?"
I don't know their name, but I can at least tell you a bit of what they look like. I'll give them the description. They have some kind of tattoo on them. It's like feathers, like, looking like a face, smiling face, and
Tuer!
they're like,
Give me a charisma check, Tuer, on keeping it together.
Specifically, just a charisma check.
Yeah, you can do deception if you're trying to hide, or performance if you're just trying to put on that thin smile if everything's okay. You know the person that Enrique is describing. This is one of your former crewmates from the Featherbeard Pirates.
Yo ho ho.
Know her by her nickname on the ship as Redwater. And you and everybody else on the ship were all fairly certain she was dead. Your former crew is not good people, and amongst them, this was probably the most bloodthirsty one of them.
Yeah,
where
that's
she
fucking
got
saying
her
something.
nickname from.
Huh. Okay, that is a description.
Yeah, and I would say with that 21, to where you hear the name, or you hear the description, you're like, no, she's dead. Tattoo, feathered beard on her shoulder. No, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. And you can just nod along.
That's a strange description of a tattoo.
Yeah, the tattoo, and they got like the kind of like, I guess another tattoo around their neck, like tick marks.
Tick marks?
Like I don't know, like you're like lining up to cut something. Let's see, the area to cut, and then she had bruises all over her.
Well, it's sort of like a cut along this line.
Yeah, something like that.
I might have misdescribed that.
Oh.
Tick marks like tally marks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Okay.
makes more sense.
Okay, I was thinking like, okay, tattoo, like she's gonna cut her neck or something. Okay, that's edgy.
Check
all right.
marks, right? Yeah.
Check mark. There we go. Okay, it's like check marks on her neck, like counting something.
Nefria is going to chime in and say to her, since this is obviously not blight, as you have determined, and this is a message from a patron god, this is probably something pretty serious. Let's dot.
Nefria, Captain. As much as I am just as curious as you are regarding this, however, this is mostly a case of his patron clearly sending him personally a message. At this point, it's none of our business. Although, should you wish to, just looking at Enrique, if you want to have us be more involved in this, then, well, as I said, you've got my attention.
I wouldn't mind. I don't know what I have to find this person for, whether it's to like talk to them or they're involved in something.
Well,
Wait, hold on. No, the last time my god was involved was when Kalbahari was experiencing an echo, and my god guided me towards him. Maybe this person also has to do with the echoes?
Well, we can't rule anything out.
They're probably in town. I guess if we have time tomorrow, or whenever we can, I wouldn't mind if you guys could help me out.
I will do what I can.
My goal has not changed. We need to figure out what is happening to us, but I don't know if this town is where we want to set our roots to.
Well, we just got out of shaking our roots off Witch's Fist. I don't think we're ready to set any fresh.
Favu's going to speak up and say, before we return to the crew, Enrique, do you want us to keep this between this circle?
No. If we're gonna have people help look for it, I'd rather have the whole crew be aware. I don't want anybody to accidentally run into this person. It end badly.
She's gonna nod and say, I'm sorry for suspecting you, but it's my job. She'll stand up and...
I would be mad, but I understand.
And she'll nod to Nefria and step out.
Thank you very much for your assistance. Let's resume our previous conversation. Thank you very much.
Nefria, or not Nefria, Ina, Enrique to where Nefria and Favu were all a polycule.
No, that's the new rumor spreading around. Okay, cool. Chalky, comment!
This tail is used for something. I have the
Well,
tentacles.
At the very least, I recommend that we keep this search only within the crew. I have a feeling that if it's a case where a literal deity is asking us to do this, it's something that wants to be kept down low, and this person may have multiple escape routes planned.
Yeah, they were running. They didn't. They could sense me, but they couldn't see me when I found them. They were just running away.
Well, I need to go do some fishing.
All right. As the crew inside the captain's quarters disperses, everybody else, if you're still standing on deck, otherwise, Favor will come and find you. Just a simple to like each person of like, hey, listen up. If you go into town, keep an eye out for this person. We're trying to talk to her, and she'll describe the person to each member of the crew. Sometimes 3 people at a time.
I'll keep an eye out. Cal. I'm trying to determine what Cal would do.
Yeah, if everybody wants to think about like what they're up to or what their goals are, we can kind of talk about that now. We're kind of in like that open period where the party doesn't have a lot of goals, and we're just kind of deciding what our next little segment's gonna look like.
I want to go to Skypia, and I know that's not politically correct given that's trademark.
But I know exactly what you're talking about.
But you know what I mean? So that's my goal.
Okay.
Right.
If people leave the boat again, I think Ina is going to go and try to acquire another arcane focus.
Cal is gonna just go into the storage area and just start reorganizing some things. Because this room is right behind storage, it looks like.
Dwyer is going to go on deck, and he's going to have his horse lay down, and is going to start casting magics. Ooh. It takes about 10 minutes.
Well, what's Tuer's goal?
The horse turns into a dog.
Therapy dog!
Therapy dog.
Can we name your dog Horse?
Yeah, it's the same creature, but same spirit. But yes, you can name it whatever you like. Oh, wait, where did it go? The dog just starts walking off the ship into the town. Oh,
Hey.
bye-bye.
Enrique will get Ina. If she's wanting to go into town, he'll go with her. Would mind seeing if he could, while he's out there, try to keep a lookout for this person.
Okay.
Yay! Enrique and Ina don't do stuff together much. That's fun.
But yes,
Ah,
Emmy, that
you're ready to
that is-
experience the horrors.
yes, Emmy, that is me sending sending the dog out to go on a person hunt. I'll DM you.
Okay. Yeah, I would say this is a rare experience for Ina. What's her sentiments as she's like walking around with like Enrique? Oh, well, actually, hold on. Oh, well, Roriku's not a character. I was like, I don't have any actions for Roriku. There we go. NPC. Okay.
Roriku is cooking.
Nefria is helping Chalky repair the ship. Cal is organizing supplies. Enrique and Ina are heading into town. And Tuer, you sent your mount into town, but what is Tuer doing?
So yeah, turn my mount into a mastiff, just essentially just a sniffer dog, and send that into town. And in the meantime, Tuer is gonna make good on what he said, and he's just gonna go do some fishing.
Okay. Go ahead and just roll me a survival check.
Will do.
Yeah, I think for Enrique, it would be a investigation check, like asking around town. I would
Gotta
let
love
your
having a-
mastiff roll a survival check. Enrique, or not Enrique, Tuer to track, but I would say that you need something to start tracking from.
I'm gonna send you some details about that.
Okay. And then, so let's see. That's them. I don't need any checks from Nefria and Cal. So yeah, and Ina, if you're keeping an eye out for this lady, it's going to be a perception check from you.
Okay, so me investigation then.
Yep. Investigation for Enrique, perception for Ina, Tuer's rolling survival for fishing. I guess I'm going to wait until I see that message from you before I handle the mastiff.
Yeah.
For Ina and Enrique, I would say that this is a... Oh, I didn't even see the rolls. Yeah.
Nefria's interested. Can she do something?
Wait, can I?
The main focus was getting her a new focus.
This lady, can I do an Arcana check to just try and like sense around me for anyone particularly magical?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Roll Arcana, and said, Ina, you...
Blind, but I know magic.
Well, I would say with that 5, you start looking around. You're walking uphill in a town of, like, structures built on top of ruins, rising out of, like, a forest and ruins in a town. And there are lots of people here, and you're 3 feet tall. And so it's just like... Yeah, you see everyone's legs. Enrique did not describe... Or, Feivu did not describe her legs to you. Unfortunately, you don't find anyone.
Muscular.
Yeah. Before I answer that Arcana check, I am very interested in this this buddy cop like pairing, because this is a rare pairing we don't get to like see much. What's going through like Ina's mind or Enrique's mind as like the two of you are hanging out and working together on this? Because most of the time you're kind of on opposite ends of the ship.
Enrique's, I guess one of the first things Enrique even asked her as they're going to town is if how she's doing, like after the chicken and everything, and the funeral, all that.
mad, mostly, but I can't really take that out on anyone, so just doing my best, taking care of the others.
Hmm. All we can do.
Yeah. The other chickens, they know what happened. They're all acting differently. It's tough.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't keep a straight face. I'm committed to this chicken bit way too hard. On Ina's end, she's kind of pleased because like she doesn't like to go out of the ship alone. But you know she's not comfortable asking any of the other Mirai at the moment. So this is great. This is perfect.
Hmm.
Enrique doesn't know her well enough to know when she's acting weird. It's perfect.
No, I don't. Obviously, like, oh yeah, she's perfectly fine, normal. I guess while they're walking, he'll like let her know a bit of by the way, Feibu told you about someone that we're looking for, right?
Yeah, I can't really see. I'm trying to kind of put my feelers out for any magical potential. But, I mean, you know me in magic, it gets a little chaotic.
He told you why we're looking for her?
Something about a god?
Yeah. It was out here. My god contacted me. You're Mirai, so you know about Forgotten.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. But I have my pack with, and they showed me this person. A bunch of like tall seaweed. That was seaweed that was around me, and I don't know what they want. I don't even know if this is a good thing to find them.
Would the description of the person ring any bells to me?
Roll a history check. DC 14 for Ina.
20.
I would
I'm
say
trying to figure out, like, is this... Are the notable things, like, is this a god I know? Is this something cultural that I might recognize? Because if the vision was underwater, I'm worried it might be, like, a Mirai or other aquatic adjacent race.
You are going to be aware from the description that Feibu and Enrique gave you. You actually sailed just south of these people's hunting grounds. The Thorn Pirates were in the Thorn Straits, the pirates that you sailed with. It was kind of like everybody outside of the Eastern Straits kind of respected each other like rival pirates' territory. She would sound like one of the members of the Featherbeard pirates, a particularly nasty.
The Fog Fleet.
Oh, the Fog Fleet. I'm sorry.
Yes.
A particularly nasty crew that your captain often chose not to scuffle with.
She sounds like a pirate.
Pirate, huh? Oof. Hope this isn't turned into a fight or something.
It sounds like a pirate from a crew in which it would definitely turn into a fight.
Oh, good. By the way, what happened to your spellcasting focus that you need a new one?
Oh, I've got it. She'll hold up her necklace. Remember when we got stuck in that basement and they took it away?
Yeah.
I figured this one's pretty showy, so it might be smart of me to get another one.
Oh, okay. Like one inconspicuous, like...
Yeah,
okay.
You don't want to see what happens when I try to cast without a focus. You think my magic's bad now? You should see it before I had a focus to help.
Oh god. That does sound scary.
Yeah.
Your magic, like the type that's like Or it gets out of control, right, when you cast it? Because you don't have full control over it?
Well, it's complicated. I I have my magic, and I have the magic that got stuck in me.
I would
And
like
there,
to interject for a moment, if that's okay.
yeah.
Ina, as you are walking, and I would say for the first part of this conversation, um, you were trying to use your perception, you were looking around, um, and just like getting nowhere, and just listening and talking, you're kind of like opening your senses a little bit to uh, the arcane and just like your understanding of it. Uh, for Ina, it is particularly hard to feel much of anything of like just the natural arcane force around you because so much of it is radiating off of Enrique. Um, and I would say, in some weird sense of understanding, you recognize like the essence of this magic, like the energy that makes it up, that's coming from Enrique, and sometimes you wield it violently yourself, but somehow it's so much more stable than you've ever like felt it.
Wait, so it feels the same as mine, but stabilized?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But you can continue kind of like how Ina is describing her magic, but I would say as you're trying to like think and feel how your magic feels, it's hard to get like the sense of your wild magic as opposed to Enrique's like radiating presence next to you.
Okay.
Well, that is fascinating.
So,
I totally lost what I was saying.
oh, that happened.
My magic, right. I've got my magic, and I've got this other magic that wasn't originally mine, and they've gotten tangled up.
Mm,
And I keep trying to do magic, but it gets caught in these tangles, and it never comes out the way I mean it to.
okay, okay.
But actually, it's kind of nice right now. It's actually not bothering me as much at the moment, because whatever you've got going on is like wiping out all of my magic that I can sense. It's really nice.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, magically, you're like the sun at the moment, which is a little alarming, but it's nice. Also, though, it's okay.
And I look at her. Is that always? Have you noticed if I've always been like this?
Not that I've noticed, but we don't usually work in the same areas.
Hmm.
You're radiating at the moment.
Like a beacon.
It's actually kind of similar to mine, but way stronger and less twisted and tangled.
Hmm.
You were never at the bottom of the ocean, were you? You said your god is forgotten?
A few weeks back, I fell off a boat, and I was involved in that whole water teleportation thing. But a lot of people was teleported across the world in bathtubs, buckets of water. I found myself deeper in the water. So I guess I was at the bottom. That's where I meant forgotten.
Oh, I see. Enrique, you might want to be careful about using that type of magic around Tuer, and probably Cal. I mean, you've been doing it, so it's probably fine. Just be wary. It's not the type of magic that's welcomed among Marai, always.
I understand. But
Just
I'll
keep an
do
eye
what
out.
I need to stay alive.
Good. Good.
I mean, how worse could it get?
Do not say that.
uh,
It can get worse.
you know what? I'll trust the experts.
Yeah. It's probably nothing. Whatever you've got going on seems way more stable than what I've got. You should be fine.
Hmm.
I think.
Let's go see if we can find you another magical focus, and I don't think we're having
Right,
much luck
yeah.
finding this whoever this.
Yeah, it's kind of a grain of sand in the ocean kind of thing.
Yeah, especially with all the displaced people that are here. Definitely a needle in a haystack, or a grain of sand on the beach.
Maybe when we're picking up the passengers, we can check the groups and see if she's there.
Maybe. Yeah, if they're a pirate, why would they just be here unless they were also misplaced?
Or we can check the shady corners where pirates might hang out.
We
Feivu
should
could probably
probably
find
bring
them.
Beivu, and we should bring Cal for intimidation.
Mm,
He's a very nice person, but he's
Very
usable to
intimidating.
he's intimidating normal people.
If we were to send out our entire crew in a moment of pure searching and spend, say, 8 hours, that would not be inconvenient to all of us. But if we all actively searched for someone in a town, I feel very confident we could do that.
Search the whole city.
I'm not saying it's purely walking down every street and looking at every corner, nook, and cranny, but if our close to 20 member crew were to spread out and were to look, I don't believe that there's anything that we could not do.
I'm gonna interrupt for a second. Your check was a success. I just haven't given you the results of it yet because I didn't want to interrupt roleplay. But I would say, like, as you are walking, like, through these crowds, you're looking for a spell focus. You get to a bazaar of people and a lot of like these displaced people, ton of beggars, a lot of people. Their chits probably take them way too far, looking desperate, and just like the ratio of these desperate maybe pickpockets to any type of guards around on the island is so thin that I would say it scares away a lot of travelers. But you and Enrique are pirates. You're not as scared walking through here. So you're looking through the different stalls. You would get like almost walking in front of Enrique, like finding one that you like. You would get the presence, like running forward, of Enrique's magic, but Enrique's not there. Like, he's behind you, and he hasn't been to this spot yet. And I would say that you can track that sense if you want, but she was here.
Enrique?
Yeah.
I think our target was here.
Huh.
You haven't been here, right?
No?
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and follow it then.
Okay.
Hey, wait up! I'll go with her.
Ina, roll me a fortune check. Or Enrique, both of you, you roll me a fortune check. Is that a success?
I have to be within my fortune?
Yes.
I am within my fortune.
Hey, hey!
I also have to roll one?
If you want, you don't have to.
Okay.
So, you're going to try and track that magical sense, love? Okay. You can give me investigation. I'm going to give you 3 different checks. You can give me investigation, would be asking people around here. If you want to give me questions or like kind of talk to people and roleplay it, I'll give you advantage on that check. You can roll survival, which would generally be like Enrique described her, looking at like her foot size, her build, and kind of trying to track like where she went from here. You can try and triangulate her position again with another one of those Arcana checks, but you would be kind of free firing a little bit, and I would say that would the hardest DC would probably be trying to find her on our Arcana check. But I do know that's also the one you're best at.
Yeah, I think I'm
So.
gonna try it.
Okay. That said, I need to message someone. Did you roll that check, Lev?
No, I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos to gain advantage.
Okay. Beautiful. Hey, that's awesome. Give me un secondo. I need to look up some stuff.
Notably, my next spell is
Numbers and math and math and numbers.
Math, numbers, math.
Notably, everyone, I used my Tides of Chaos for that. The next time I use a spell will be wild. So,
Fuck you, commercial break.
We'll be right back.
I'm gonna find her.
I mean, someone will.
Who needs a Mastiff? You have a fish girl.
I mean, the Mastiff was just quite literally, no one's gonna notice a dog just randomly walking around. There are probably lots of strays.
Yeah, it's true. I would notice.
Oh yeah, because you know what the Mastiff looks like. You saw you summon it.
No, I'd also just be like, oh, puppy.
Oh, puppy.
You think her love of animals stops at chickens?
We don't know how-
The Mastiff has -2 intelligence.
Yes, -2 intelligence. However, if you'd allow it to go for wisdom instead, then
No.
yeah, I didn't think so.
I'm gonna message you back real quick, and then I will tell everybody what happens. I'm so sorry. I just saw a lot of people.
In that case, yes, it would definitely pass.
All right, Ina and Enrique, you are going to go off of Ina's senses, and Ina, you try and essentially triangulate this. You get a second position. You kind of move around the marketplace, just kind of feeling out, telling Enrique, stay over there with your light bulb radiant self, and just kind of feeling out where these presences of magic were here, and you can get a direction for her as you move across the marketplace over the canal, and just kind of asking anyone hey, what's down this road that's not residential or even residential. There is a tavern that the outsiders are kind of congregating to around here, called the Boasting Witch. Before you go any further, though, crossing this bridge and going down this other road, Enrique and Ina, you're both going to see this giant mastiff has gotten up from a stall in the marketplace. It was laying next to one, and it has been following you out of the marketplace. It is trying not to be noticed by you.
I saw the Mastiff on the boat, though, right?
I would say you guys left before that finished.
Okay. Honestly, Ina likes animals so much, I don't think she really considers it strange.
Okay. All right. If you...
That's a big dog.
If you continue down this road, you can come across the Boasting Witch. It is a pretty decent place. It looks like a lot of people off the island have made their home here temporarily, either around it or here. There are a couple rugs of beggars around, and a couple little stalls of people of every different nationality, and there aren't any guards over here, but there are people kind of standing around looking a little bit menacing. Not that they are even affiliated with town. Maybe people just kind of protecting their own. And this place, by all accounts, looks pretty decent as far as what you can find in Nortvigar.
If people are trying to look intimidating, Ina's going to have her trident just kind of loosely held by her side and kind of walk in this confident, I'm a Marai and I'm better than you kind of way. Yeah.
Intimidate.
Because I know about the rumors about the Marai in this area.
Yeah, they're not very nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and just embody that. Keep people from messing with me.
Okay.
Shorter,
give
so
me
the
an
evil is
intimidation
concentrated.
check.
Are you performance or intimidation? Question mark.
I would say this is an intimidation check. All right, Ina, you can harden up as you come walking in here. There's a like brief moment of people not taking you seriously as you walk by, but then you're also like a practitioner, and your focus is like very prominent because you haven't like gotten another one yet. And I would say that people do give you like some respect of just like, okay, even if we can
And my focus is
stab her.
prominent.
Yeah.
Giant hunk of crystal amalgamations.
Yeah, and I would say that you're not intimidating, but people give you like a healthy amount of respect.
That'll do.
Do you walk inside?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a guy by the door as you walk in. He'll look at Ina as she walks by, and he'll go, arms crossed, sitting on a grate. That's it. You pass by.
She'll throw him a winning smile.
He's gonna say, so you can come into our town, but we can't go into yours? He spits.
If you figure out how to breathe underwater.
He's going to say, I was a guard of Asatarianus. That's nothing for my Yandar. It's water breathing.
Great. Go jump in the ocean then. See you there. I'll keep walking.
Damn.
All right. You walk inside, and let's get something a little bit more appropriate.
And I desperately hope Enrique is following me. Confidence will only get me so far.
Yes, I'm behind you.
Enrique and his muscle. Ina's
One muscle. It's the muscle, exactly.
You got the two noodle-armed casters.
No, this will be fine. Ina's a ticking time bomb right now.
Exactly.
Fun.
The magic muscle.
All right. Stepping into this place, there are once inside, this kind of becomes a little safe haven for people here. There are dancers around the bar. People just kind of like beating on tables, giving them like different beats, like a couple different entertainers around with like drums. And I wouldn't even say entertainers, probably people who just play music regularly, all contributing here. And there's like this celebratory mood inside. Again, you're gonna see a couple of those like locals around, just like sitting in front of a hearth or something, just ready if anything happens. You are going to see the barkeep is beating on the bar along with this beat, and as you all walk in, she's going to turn over to you and walk over. She is fire spawned, clearly more scaled and and it is more visible than other members of her race, much like Cal. Her smile is going to fade a little bit as she goes, "Hey, hey, hey! 2 more people the council sent over?" Well, I'm Kathy,
Sorry,
so...
I was mildly distracted. Who just walked through the door and is being asked that?
Ina and Enrique walked into the tavern. The bartender is walking over and greeting them. She has said to Ina and Enrique, who are a blue tiefling and a blue frilly Marai, she said, the council, implying the council of displaced people, sent 2 more over to the island. You're new here? I'm Kathy.
No, actually, we're from here.
Well,
We're
I'm
looking
from
for
here.
someone,
Yeah.
but hey, I've lived here for years. Okay, not here, but
I
anyway.
mean, same, but yeah.
We're trying to find someone that we heard might have been staying here.
She's going to, like, there's a thin moment of like, were you slighted? Oh, I'm sorry, my mic was muted. She's
No.
gonna say, were you slighted?
No, not at all.
No.
Good. Nobody here is looking for any trouble.
Neither are we.
Yeah. No.
Roll me a persuasion check. Yeah. Okay. She's gonna say, who you looking for?
Well, we don't know their name.
I'm just gonna
they're-
describe her.
Yeah.
She's gonna say, oh, Red. Yeah, she's not staying here, but she comes by often. And she'll roll a history check and say, I think she's here now, actually. She looks out over the bar.
Can I look as well?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check.
Why is the short one doing this, actually?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Well, you had a better roll than me.
She's magically significant.
Well, I'd say you can climb onto a stool and, yeah, just stand up and, like, look over all of these people. You don't see her in this room. There's a moment of, like, her turning, the bartender turning a little red. And says, I'm sure she'll be back down any moment.
Do you mind if we take a look around and we'll come back to buy a drink if she's here?
Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
She's, I think she pauses for a second, but she stops. Or, she doesn't stop. She pauses for a second, and she'll keep moving.
I'll pass her 3 silver.
Okay. Yeah, you all can move around here if you so desire.
So what's
Okay, split up and search or stay together? If I'm trying to trace for magic, you're gonna need to leave, but it's a small building.
I'll go to the other side so you can sense her better. I'll look around.
Okay.
Ask people if they've seen her.
I'll wander off and see if I get any more. Hey, Enrique's that way, but he's definitely not.
It's fine. I'm gonna take your passive perceptions here. So which one of you goes upstairs, and who searches downstairs and who searches upstairs?
If she's gone
Okay.
upstairs, I'd say maybe Ina, right? Because she can sense her.
Yeah, I think I'm going upstairs.
Okay. Ina. It is not very hard to find this lady once you turn a corner, walk through a hallway where some of the smaller rooms are. Most people are out and about today. It is, the middle of the day. You hear in a room, "Fuck! Red! Ah! Ah! Ah!"
Can I? Is there a door, or is it like an open doorway?
There's a door.
Okay, I'm gonna knock and be like, "Please put on clothes."
As you knock up, there's like some mumbling behind the door before before you hear footsteps, and someone is going to open the door. There is a woman standing. She doesn't open the door fully. You can just see she's kind of got a untied shirt. She is peeps from behind the door. She is tall, burly. She looks around and says, "What?" Ina, you can give me a perception check if you want.
Suddenly blind.
Yeah, I would say there might be things happening in this room that you don't want to see.
Yeah, I have a bird in my eyes. That's why
Yeah,
I put
so
on clothes.
yeah, just eyes down. She looks around, looks down at you, says, "Speak, Pipsqueak."
Hi. Are you Red?
Her expression's sour, so she's gonna say, "Who's asking?"
Are you Red?
Ina, she's going to open the door and stand with her arms crossed. You can keep averting your eyes if you want, and she's going to tower over you again and say, "Who's asking?"
Magically speaking, does she feel like Enrique does? Like, is she also radiating power, or just a person with traces of it?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Crit.
Yeah, I would say, Ina, you can, kind of get that sense of Enrique's magic on this person, but not so much as in she has it also. More of something has been, like just a little, almost guiding wisp to you here. But I would say with that much, that fantastic roll, I'll give you additional information. Ina, you're also able to tell this lady is hella cursed. Magic, like whatever magic sense you feel from her, while it felt nice around Enrique, it feels so yucky to try and detangle it from her.
I'm from a local Yondar. I heard you've been having some magical problems.
Roll me a deception check.
And I do know she's having magical problems.
I know.
Terrible. Wait. I'm gonna use my magical guidance.
Okay, tap in when you make an ability check, you can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll. Must use the roll, potentially turning the failure into deception. 15.
Right.
Ina, I would say, like, you say that, you get that nat 1, she's gonna, like, pick you up by, like, the scruff of your, the back of your shirt. And then, you know, looking at you from, like, a
Watch the
different,
yellows.
angle, seeing your crystal and everything, she's, gonna say, you're an Arcanist?
Not exactly, but I'm magically adept.
Can you teleport?
Not on purpose.
She'll toss you back to the ground.
Ow. I'm just in charge of finding you. I've got a friend downstairs who can probably help.
She's gonna say, I don't need to tangle with any more Arcanists unless they can help me with what I want.
He's also not an Arcanist. His god or something gave him a mission to come find you, presumably to help.
Can he cast Sending?
I think so.
Does he
I
know
can't,
bones?
Can you just come talk to him? Or finish whatever you're doing in there, and then come?
She's gonna shout out, Frau, I'm done! The guy, the strap to the bed is gonna say, Aww,
Sorry.
can you untie me? She's gonna grab her pants from the side of the room, put them on and start tying up her shirt. She steps out of the room. What's your friend?
She doesn't untie him?
No.
Oh gosh.
Amazing.
Sorry to interrupt that. Yeah, I'll lead her down. Okay.
Enrique, I found her.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
So she was upstairs.
Oh, and she's cursed.
Ah.
Alright, you two chat. I'm gonna get us some drinks.
She's gonna say, who told you I'm cursed?
If anyone with more than a little magic looks at you for too long, they know you're cursed.
Can I try that Arcana check?
Go for it. Enrique, I would think it's probably a little hard for you to, like, put together in this moment. Did Ina lie to her to get her downstairs, or did like the idea of a curse seems, where did that come from? She seems fine to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, Enrique wouldn't be able to tell that he like dropped the act. It's like, she got her here, she doesn't care anymore.
Like, oh yeah. Hey.
Oh, right,
Hi.
Enrique, can you cast Sending? Or was that Cal?
That is Cal.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get us some drinks. Any requests?
Kathy's got a special here. A lager brewed from orange rind.
Awesome, thank you. All right, I'll go get 4 of those.
Wait, what? You know what? No. All right.
2 of them are for me. I'm using a lot of magic to change these rolls.
All right. I'll take a seat. I'm like, all right. Well, I guess she may have told you. My name is Enrique. First, she may have told you that my god sent me to you. I don't know for what. There's something going on with you. I'm assuming you're one of the displaced people, right?
She's gonna she's gonna nod and say, yeah, displaced, something like that. I've been in Heimsdale for a long time.
Okay. So she said something about sending. You trying to reach out to someone? Is that it?
She's gonna nod and say, yeah, I'm gonna kill my old crewmate. Took me a month to get free of those giants. Nearly another one to get to Swordhaven. They sent me here instead of back to Undar.
Oh, okay. You got transported to somewhere with giants, and then I got sent here. Everyone else is being sent here. What's happened with your crewmate? If you don't mind me asking.
She's going to think for a moment and say, drama best solved with a blade.
I run a perception check on her. I don't know what to look for, but I'm like, does she seem like really angry, or is she trying to hide anger? I guess that's what I'm looking for.
Okay, go for it.
Insight? Question mark?
Yeah, that would be like more of an insight check.
Insight. Sorry, insight. I guess I used to running perception. Insight. Oof.
Yeah, I would say as you're trying to study her and trying to realize, like, what are you supposed to do here? There's a bit of confusion as she's like watching your movements. And I'm going to jump over to Wiz. Tuer is able to recall his mount as soon as Ina and Enrique like ask somebody on the bridge, like, hey, what's down here? And it's like, oh, the Boasting Witch Tavern. That was like one of the places your mount was gonna go sit outside and listen at, next on the list. And it can come sprinting back to the boat. You can run off the boat, towards it by the time, you're mounted and charging like through town. I would say you get here as Enrique and Ina are talking to this lady. You don't necessarily see them stepping into the tavern. You can give me a perception check as they're sitting at a table downstairs, but I feel like she would see Enrique, or not Enrique, would see Tuer.
Tuer definitely looks a lot more cleaned up than the last time they met, that's for sure. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a 9.
She's gonna say, she's like gonna respond to Enrique, and it's like, that's drama better left for the blade. As Ina like returns with the drinks, sets them at the table, she like opens her mouth to speak again, and I think she'll like stand up right there instead and say, by the gods, is that the Moonblade? Moony! Enrique. Or not Enrique, to air. I did that twice.
Yep.
You are going to see Red Water standing at a table. She looks at you, a smile across her face.
Okay, like he's going to just let out a long breath, but straightening back up, meeting her eye. Oh, it ain't the ghost of the seas.
Bones told you I was dead, didn't she? She sent me a sending. I told her I was alive. She's trying to steal the captain all for herself.
That's you know what? And he's just going to walk across to the table, and is just going to just whisper into her ear. Let's say there's been some crew changes, at least last I checked.
She's going to like shake your hand like full arm embrace and say, out of all the cutthroat motherfuckers on our ship, the one I get is the soft wimpy one. But
he opens his mouth like he goes to open his mouth in protest. It's like, you know what?
These are some magic do-gooder yoo-hoos. What are your names?
E22.
They're my new crew.
So you two know each other.
Not a conversation for such a crowded place.
Meaning
If
you
you-
will nod and pass everyone a drink. Fine, Tuer can have the fourth.
If you don't mind, Red, I'd rather save catching up for a quieter place.
She's gonna say, no. Kathy makes sure that everybody around here's got is looking out for each other at least. She's going to lean in and say, I got a good score, Moon. You want in on it? Could use some help.
Before I even consider that, well, it's been years. No, I assume you've not considered going back?
She's going to shake her head. Say, no, I like died when I got thrown overboard. Some Low Lakes Rycrafter pulled me back. I hung out with her for a while and tried to trek my way back to Undar, and I got lost, and dark water event happened. Next thing I knew, I was clawing my way out of a pond in Yan Baharan. Got conscripted and forced into some giant war. Managed to kill 2 of them. Broke free
Of course you did.
one of their clans and made my way north into the desert. Heimsdale, the Heimsdale forces picked me up. Traveled with them into Swordhaven. After they heard my story, I got sent here.
Are you still trying to go back, or are you taking this as a very rare chance to get out alive?
She's going to say, oh, I'm going to go kill Bones.
Well, I'm not going to say that, that's a bygone conclusion. All I'm going to say is there might not be as much Bones as you when you do get back from how I ended up exiting.
She's going to sit down and she's already sitting. She hasn't taken a drink yet. So I hand on her chin and say, "A story to tell?"
Yeah, he'll. So Ina got 4 drinks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2, 1, and then sure. Tua will sit down, take one of the drinks. Let's just say that. I'm sorry, they don't know anything. This was the first I've spoken about it since it happened. To cut a long story short, during just a normal raid, I saw a kid that just reminded me of my brother, and it snapped me out of that bastard's daze. I lost it. I went wild. At least must have killed 10 of the crew, injured another 5 before one of the local heroes came along and put simply beat the shit out of me, and then helped me really get out, and then rehabilitated me out of the conditioning. And that was 2 years ago. I know Bones was on that raid. I don't remember if I actually did. If I did run them through, or if they were smart enough to stay away.
I'll roll a percentage die. Do you remember if you killed her or not?
To where everything in that moment was a fucking blur. But if you want me to roll for it...
No. You can roll history if you want, but I would say the story is, as you said, you don't remember killing her. I don't think you remember if she was there or not. As far as how she feels about this. She's going to say, shit, they moved on to kids?
No, well, they were always taking whoever they could get. Just happened to be it was an orphanage in one of the villages, and one of the kids there just reminded me of my brother, and that everything just suddenly became clear.
They ever,
You know
did they ever, you ever get far enough where they, you know, made you drink from the blood chalice?
Oh, yeah, no, that's... They... Well, I forget, how long were you with the crew?
I would say Red was probably a staple of the crew, as long as you were there.
Oh, in that case, Red essentially watched it to where grow up.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
To where, roll me a history check for the blood chalice. Yeah. You're aware there were some, like, cult-like shenanigans going on with your captain and your last crew. You don't know what she's talking about.
Blood chalice. I mean, I remember a lot of blood. I remember some chalices. I don't remember the two ever mixing, but... well, I wouldn't be surprised. Again, well... You are very well aware. The shit that bastard did to us all. Everything just... Anyway... And it just interrupts his thought to take a big drink.
Yeah, there's gonna be a moment where she kind of leans back in her chair and say, you know, sometimes I find myself, as much as I hated it, missing it. The pain, the fury, just letting that out on others.
Seeing the fear in their eyes, relishing in it.
Made your blood boil, but it also made you feel alive.
I remember. Yeah, one of the few things I remember clearly is how much I hated that feeling in the first few years. And he made me crave it. And it's...
Try fighting giants without it. Shit's hard.
Oh, come on, for you? I bet you had one hand behind your back.
Well, I'm glad they never made you drink from that curse thing. Oh, a little Mooney. You were always a little bit better than the rest of us.
Well, for one thing, I was a child for quite a bit of it, so... A little bit of innocence certainly helped. I hope.
She's going to look at Ina and Enrique and say, so you haven't told them any of our plunders?
I've gathered.
I was planning to. Was going to address it, well, in the next few weeks. But since when of the seas ever cared about our wishes?
She's gonna nod. She's gonna say, being away long enough, I get to satiate most of my bloodlusts, giving others some pain when they ask for it. But other than that, she shakes her head. Just kind of motivated by rage and vengeance nowadays. Anyways, did some digging, asked around town, been here for a few weeks. Old Lady Mayor Pants got her hands on a black candle of summoning. Figure if I can teleport back to Bones and run her through, I can get the candle, bring Bones here, and run her through. What do you say, you in? We only have to burn down a rich lady's house for it. We've done worse before.
I'm currently trying to be better, which is actually how about instead of me joining you, you join us. Well, since things are now out in the open, I imagine I've got a couple ideas of how to get back at the old bastard. And, of course, if Bones is still breathing, she's not. Oh, she'll be boiling.
Just join you on trying to be better. Let me tell you, I died when I fell off the ship. Ain't nothing waiting for us but the bridge. And the gatekeeper floating above laughing.
I'm not asking you to be better. I'm asking you to lend your strength towards aiming towards not just pissing off, not just running through Bones, but helping piss off the entire fleet.
To be clear, only about half of our crew is good. Ish. Better. Half of them are better. The rest of us just do whatever.
My idea of making up for those 20 years is showing that bastard the hell that he deserves. And I know that's something you are very well equipped for.
She's gonna nod. And I don't think you have to roll a persuasion check at all, but I think she's gonna cross her arms and say, and you think you're shit, young, bright-eyed little magic Prancy's gonna welcome an old killer like me?
Wouldn't be the first. For example,
Third?
they accepted me. And you do not want to know how badly they wanted your level of bloodlust to be replaced. And that is as much as I will say on that.
You, Pipsqueak, what's your name? She looks down at Inanna.
To where you want to make your crew?
I think that for what we're going to be doing, she's probably one of the best people around that I could vouch for.
I mean it, you know.
Your frills, you're frilly.
They're fins.
Anyways, what
I'm
do
the
you
crew's
know?
sea witch.
Say that again?
I'm the crew's sea witch.
Oh. So you do have some idea about curses.
A little.
What'd you say was wrong with me?
How can I describe that? How would I describe that?
would say that like there is this presence of like arcane energy, like just omnipresent in Ilderon with ley lines and how Lilia set up the earth fires and everything, that there's just this constant ability to sustain life and energy that just kind of keeps everything going. And Arcanists like you and other, well, not like you, but just like tap into like this lay energy everywhere and just alter it for your own means. And it kind of exists with everything. I would say her presence feels a little repelling, and that whatever this is, something has been fundamentally shifted about her life, that whatever she's sustained by is not, you know, this energy that's keeping everyone else going.
Can I try explaining that here?
Yeah, do you want to like roll a check for it, or are you just gonna... Or you can just talk as Elena.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So, there's magic everywhere. It's going in and out of everything and keeping everybody alive, right? It's not going to you. It doesn't like you. You're not connected to the same magic the rest of us are. But something is sustaining you. I have no idea what. But you're definitely not using the same type of magic that the rest of us are. Whatever curse you've got has cut you off.
Oh, why does that sound familiar?
Captain, or rather, she's gonna shake her head and say, Captain said the chalice wasn't permanent and wouldn't last past battle. She's gonna shrug and say, well, I always felt like this, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You said it was a blood chalice?
She's gonna nod.
If I learn anything, I'll let you know. I do have some experience with unexpectedly permanent curses.
Ina, with all due respect, if you did happen to know something about it, we wouldn't be... There's a good chance that either you'd already be under its effects, or you'd be dead. Or...
I didn't say I know something about it to where... I said I'd try to find out.
She's gonna look over at Enrique and say, "You're awfully quiet."
He's just drinking. Just wondering what the hell was I even called for? Why did? Was it just to bring you to us? Was it just bring where to you? Oh well.
Enrique, you can roll me a intelligence check if you wish. I feel like there is a purpose, but it is very confusing. But
let's see. Oh nope.
Yeah, I would say Enrique's got no idea.
Look, with all due respect, I do not need some god designed to play matchmaker on my behalf.
I would hate that. I would hate that so much. I am the avatar of shipping.
Can I use my bend luck to influence Enrique's roll?
Can you share it? When another creature makes an attack roll, ability check, Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Okay, so what does it say?
You just get to
Just roll again.
add 1d4. You could spend some fortune on it. And then
Yeah,
you get to
you
add
know-
a d4 as if guidance.
Yeah, never mind. 1d4 is probably not worth it. Unless
You know what?
do-
No, I have a lot of fortune. I'm gonna spend fortune. I'm gonna spend fortune to What are the options again? I mean, is it one of them is like roll for advantage, the other one is reroll, right?
Yeah. You can roll with
30 is
for 30.
advantage. Yeah. And the reroll is 50.
There we are. Okay. I guess I'll do advantage.
All right, roll me one more time.
That's better.
That's much better. I would say for Enrique, as you're sitting here and you're thinking of just like, if only patrons would like tell me exactly what you want. You are going to like touch your forehead, and I would say just every movement there is like that feeling of casting, of like just grabbing all of this essence that's like not there. You are very aware that this magical potential inside of you was not meant to stay with you forever, and does not want to stay with you forever. Whether or not it was meant for her, you're uncertain, but it is not yours to hold.
Enrique was gonna look up. Hey, and just tell them. Okay, I may have thought of something. It'll probably be best if we're all say with everybody. 'Cause I have some options here. Looking at Tuer, I'm gonna look at the red. There's probably a third one. 1, 2, yeah. Probably a third.
Right. How much stuff have you got together, Red?
She's going to pull a chit out of her bag. She has one of those travel tokens. She'll flip it, bag of coins on the table, and she says, if I need weapons, normally I just pull them off the people I'm stabbing.
Yeah, sounds about right. Well, we can either all head back now, or we can leave you be for the time being, let you gather whatever you want to gather, and pick you up later.
She's going to shake her head, say, nah, I'm good to go.
And Tutuel will just well, look at Inina, looks at Enrique, shrug.
Shrug.
I doubt you two have anything to hang around here for.
Oh, did we ever
I-
get either Ina's magic focus?
Yeah, I've got some shopping to finish.
We got some shopping to finish.
Alright, well, we'll meet you back at the ship then.
Yeah.
Gonna finish up my drink.
She looks at Ina, then to Tuer, and is gonna point at Ina and say, Frills, Mooney, you? She points at Enrique.
They're fins, not frills.
Wait, what about me?
Nicknames.
She's
Oh,
about
no.
to assign you a nickname. You better speak up quick.
No, I'll let her. What you got for me?
She's gonna smile and say seasick.
You say seasick?
Seasick.
Oh, sea scent. Okay.
No, seasick, like seasickness.
Okay, that's,
Yeah.
that's what I said. Yeah, seasick. Okay. All right. Okay. Like, Eh.
Great.
She's gonna say, my old crew used to call me Redwater. I was the one who always went in first, and by the time they got there, well, but
We were swimming, not walking.
my name is Nayan.
What was it?
Redwater or Nayan. But she'll just say, you can call me Red. And she'll nod to each of you. Seasick, Fins, see you back at the ship. What's your ship like anyways? Is it big? As she follows to her.
It's alright. Nothing compared to the fleet, but it's pretty fast.
To where, keep her away from my room. The chickens aren't ready to meet new people right now.
I wasn't planning on it. As in, planning on introducing.
God,
Anyway.
don't, take her on a tour.
You got it.
Enrique, we found your person. Do you want to go back with them?
No, I'll still go with you. No,
Okay.
I'm fine. Right. That's done. Over. I had to think about hour I got.
I might need to go find a dark alley or jump in the ocean for a bit and offload some magic.
Sure, I'll go with you.
Okay.
I'll stay reasonably far away to not get caught in the whatever happens.
Let's get the focus and try and get back.
Mhm.
Got a bit of time.
All right.
I may have lied to the captain about giving them all my money.
I know. I'm not saying anything.
I would say going back to that bazaar you were at, there is a place that sells talismans. She would have some magical charms that are capable of channeling arcane magic. Okay. I would say you're able to buy an arcane focus from here, and it will be a crystal again for Ina, but this time I would say I'm gonna combine it with like a druidic focus of like it'll be a totem around like a crystal, and I'll let you choose the shape of like how it looks or what it might be. And it can even be like, this like tiny crystal inside of it. It will cost you 11 gold.
It's 11. Can I try to negotiate it to 8?
Yeah, sure. Give me a persuasion check. They'll part with it for 8. Well, actually, let me roll if this person's mean to Marite. Nope, they are not. And I think she'll say to you, I think it's so exciting that you people are coming up to our markets.
It's a beautiful market. I'm glad I took the chance to visit. Different than I expected, but nice.
Alright, you can add it to your inventory, and I'll let you think about what it looks like, and maybe just tell me later.
Thank you. Yep.
Okay.
I need to go jump in an ocean.
and cast a spell where it's not going to hurt anyone.
I'll stay on the shore.
All right.
So I don't get hurt.
Let's jump back to the ship. You can spend the afternoon working on it. Like I said, Chalky has the ship buoyant. As long as Nefria or Ina or somebody is like consistently helping him, it helps do all the fine little work that he can't do on his own. Some of the bigger stuff just to be able to seal the ship and go under the ocean, and that, like I said, you are all going to need more materials. But so far, you've got enough that he can keep working on stuff. Does Nefria or Cal, you typed something earlier, but I was like processing 3 things, so I didn't see it. Kind of trying to do something.
That was just him saying he can cast sending.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was also saying that during this entire time, Cal has been in the storage room, either basically just reorganizing things, but not really focusing on what he's doing, more so just kind of reliving a bad memory.
Okay. That said, Tuer is going to get back with a new crew member. There is that burly, well-built woman walking onto the ship. I will add her a character sheet next week. She's the person that Fabu described to everyone. There's a bit of, I guess, like suspicion and fear in between each person's like she passed by, as she's settling into the crew quarters below deck.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was going to. This is just a thing for Cal. When she walks by with Tuer, I roll an insight check to see on both how she feels about Tuer and vice versa?
Yeah, go for it.
Insight? That is a low roll for me.
I would say I would let Wiz describe how Tuer feels about her, but I would say for Cal, there's kind of like, as Tuer's like pointing out things and talking, she shoves his shoulder a little bit, laughs. I would say that there is like, from her to Tuer, like this motherly type bond, but I would say it's like bad motherly bond, like the mother who teaches you how to rob a vending machine at a gas station.
Okay,
like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, like probably the trailer trash mom who, you know, teaches your daughter like, hey, you know, if you go and do this, or something like that. Like,
yeah, okay.
Probably not the best influence, but definitely something of like, oh yeah, I mentor this person.
Okay, it's the mentor to the thief. Got it.
Yeah, and from what Cal can get from it to where that there just seems to be every sort of every other line, like every other bit of dialogue between them, there is just that slight moment of hesitation before then he'll lightly shove her back, just like, no, I'm more than you remember me, like that sort of thing. But there is definitely, like, he can tell that there is just tension in him.
Well, he's not the smartest person. I'm going to say, to where, Cal will call out to them as they walk in. To where, do you need a spar?
Well, do you?
Cal, I would like to try to practice under the water if we're going to be having to fight what we had to fight previously again. I'm gonna roll a... I think it's wisdom, just... It's gonna be a deception check. It's basically... How much is it visibly... the lower the roll, the more visibly it is showing that something that happened to him this morning is distressing him, and he needs to get his mind off of it. The higher the roll, the less visible it is.
Go for it.
11.
I mean, I just have enough passive insight to see right through that.
Yeah, I would say so.
I just need to practice.
Tuel just look at him. It's like, yeah, he did go down there, didn't he? Anyway, Red. These are the empty rooms. Make yourself at home in only one of them.
Yeah, I would say, as you're going below decks and like you say that, and you and Cal are about to like get up and spar, Galana is going to come out of her room and say, holy shit, you're red water. You beat the shit out of my captain a couple years back. There's a big smile on her face, and Red's going to nod and say, sorry, I don't remember you. Galana's gonna shake her head and say, no, you're a legend in the Ironwind Pirates. If you ever want to join when we get back to the Eastern Straits, let me know. Red's gonna smile, nod at her. Galano will lean on her door, just watching.
Before he heads upstairs, he will call back to Galana and say, thanks for trying to have my back earlier, by the way.
She's gonna turn and say, oh, yeah, of course, we're crew. For now.
Yeah. You really do know how to get your name about, don't you?
Red's gonna shrug and say, hey, I just went where Captain told us to.
Yeah, not that we had a choice. Anyway, yeah. Well, it's just after midday, right?
Yeah.
I imagine Man and Galley's probably gonna have something ready in an hour or so. So, just as I said, make yourself at home in only one of the rooms.
Is she that? I don't want to know.
You don't.
Red will settle into the crew.
And Tua will head upstairs and out into the ocean.
Yep,
Okay.
Cal.
We got two groups in the ocean right now. So Ina, do you want to give me that wild magic? Surge, as you just go out and you start having fun in the waves. I cut you off. You were saying Cal and whoever were about to do something.
Yeah, they were about to spar. I think they're gonna. Doesn't matter. Let's find what Nia is doing. I lost my train of thought, anyways. 12.
Cal and Tuer are gonna throw hands.
Let's see. I got the wild magic table here.
No!
You a potted plant?
I'm changing size. I'm growing or shrinking.
Is it Inazilla?
Roll a d10. Your height changes by a number of inches equal to the roll. If the roll is odd, you shrink. If the roll is even, you grow.
Even she.
Ina!
I gained half a foot.
Ina, you just like let your magic surge. You cast a spell just practicing underwater, and it doesn't surge. Instead, you feel that energy cling to you and just empower you, and you feel like you can reach things on the higher counters now.
Guess what, sucker? I'm over 5 feet tall now.
Ina,
Oh, hey, Amra. How are you doing?
Enrique is gonna see me come back out of the ocean half a foot taller. I'm like, my pants don't fit.
I'm.
No, wait, they're shorts anyways. It's
How
fine.
long does that? How long does that part last? Or no?
It's permanent.
Yeah, permanent.
Okay.
Gosh, I already wore a crop top. I need a new shirt.
I'm just gonna look at her. It's like, do we have to go clothes shopping now?
I'll figure something out on the boat. I'm not going out again. I feel better.
It could be worse. Could
Yeah,
be
it could be
smaller.
worse.
Cal could try
Yeah.
to take you to the Marai store and get some more Marai clothes.
Genuinely, none of Ina's clothes have fit properly this whole time, so it's not that different.
That's fair.
It's just ever so slightly tighter.
Like, all of her clothes were already a little too small. It's fine. Yeah, I'll rejoin the ship. Everyone might be a little confused.
Ina had a growth spurt.
I swear I'm not a kid, but yeah, I did.
You're really not doing well for those allegations.
Yeah.
Right.
As far as Cal and Tuer, underwater, what's going on between you two?
Hands. And the throwing of them.
Throwing hands. I will say Cal does seem mildly distracted, but it's more of the... He's focusing on the fight, and then there's brief moments as he's pulling his hammer back. He seems to not be in the fight.
Yeah. Tuer is just not necessarily bobbing and weaving, but just deflecting with his shield, and occasionally just poking every time Cal goes for a big swing, just poking his staff right into his armpit or something, just completely stopping it every time. Well, not every time, but yeah.
A good chunk of the times. You're more heavily armored than Cal, and Cal is outright not seeming to use his magic nor the breath weapon that he's been using that he usually has been using.
I mean, to be fair, it said it's a spa.
Yeah, it's the spa. But he is... It feels like Cal is more so holding back at the moment, and then... I'm gonna roll something.
Alright, Cal, come on, spill the beans. There's something going on.
I'm trying to get a memory out of my head. That's all.
Oh, well in that case, thwack.
Okay.
You're the one who, look. Whilst I'm okay with being having time away to kind of process that, process Red over there. You're the one who asked for this. So
I know I am. And he'll actually give a hard swing this time. I'll roll to see on how it goes. Not lethal, just swing harder than normal.
Now that would hit.
That is the wrong weapon too, but that works.
No, that isn't that the correct weapon?
No, Monsoon is the correct weapon. It's the same bonus though. I'll swing with Monsoon. That is the weapon. But no, the Warhammer, he's probably not actually using Monsoon with the spar at the moment. The actual swing, it's just a d6. Whoop. Nothing non-lethal, just swinging a bit harder than you would normally do at a spar. In a spar. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. First of all, my jaw. Second of all, that's more like it.
I forget, are we swinging at disadvantage, by the way? Or no?
Underwater, I
I
think...
forget how underwater combat works, because Cal is using...
What's Monsoon made out of?
Monsoon is made out of obsidian.
Yeah, I was...
Not
It's the
sea
fourth-
steel.
It is the 4 times heavy hammer.
Yeah, I would say that's at disadvantage. What's Tuer using?
He's just using a quarterstaff.
Okay, yeah, I would say that these are all at disadvantage, but it's like non-lethal sparring, so it's fine. You can roll regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in combat it would be so. That said, if you two are down there trying to work out Cal's issues for the session,
It's certainly what we're doing for the next in-game, like, half hour or an hour.
yeah, I'm thinking if there's anything else I want to do for tonight, or if I want to end there. Does anyone else want to do anything? Otherwise, I might end the session there for the night.
Well, Dware's over dinner, planning to clarify his past. Whether we want to address that now or next session.
I think that'd be a great event for next session. As much as I'd like to do it now, I mean, we've got time, I suppose. Yeah, we'll end there for tonight.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of like what's going on with all of the crew. Yeah, that seems fine for me. All right. You all got a new crew member tonight. Congratulations. Redwater has joined the crew. And I will have to talk to you after session, Wiz, to clarify some things that I might have missed in your backstory.
Not that I ever actually finished writing it up in a detailed manner.
Your backstory is a bunch of bullet points.
I did make sure to cover as much of the bullet points as I could, but yeah. I'm sorry, I'm really bad when it comes to writing like that.
Filled in some of the gaps, so. That said, I think the new crew member is her own reward. You all learned that Jamiroquai, the person in charge of this town. She is hanging onto a black candle of invocation. In Ilderon, those are a special magical item. It is the opposite of a white candle of invocation. When you cast it, it brings one creature that you are aware of. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I think I said the wrong one. So the black candle of invocation is it takes you to a creature. The white candle of invocation, I think, brings the creature to you. So she's got the one that brings the creature to you. I think that's the white candle. But anyways, she has a incredibly powerful magical relic that Redwater wants to steal. You all have yet to talk to Jamiroquai. Somebody told you something about her last session that I don't remember.
Probably was mentioned offhand by the Dockmaster.
Yeah. Anything else story-wise? Well, you learned a lot about Tuer last night. Tuer was with a bloody set of pirates. I think one party, like new crewmate, learning about a party member backstory and learning about a potential quest line or side quest in town, that's worth a milestone. They give you one. And Ina is 6 inches taller. That's its own reward.
The midget has height.
Okay, our next session will be on the 22nd? No, 29th of September. Do you remember? Okay. Anyways, and then let's do fortune. I think 10 fortune across the board is good for tonight, and I think I want to do an additional 5 fortune for Enrique and Tuer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, and we'll pick up here next session, and I'm gonna foreshadow some of my plans to you all, so I will say this on stream. Ina is going into debt. Well, not going into debt, but the ship's going into debt to her as far as taking from her personal funds. I think this goes without, or this goes noticed to your quartermaster, Aaron. She will inject a loan of her own coins to the ship's coffers so that she is handling and managing that debt. I'm going to give your ship 100 gold from 100 gold from Aaron, and I would say that there are things she unpacks in her suitcase of value for trading that everyone has access to, that everybody can gain 1 loot point. And that's just your quartermaster seeing you guys constantly use Ina as a sugar mama. It's like, that's technically my job. Alright. So I'll add that on your ship sheet. You know what? Actually, what I'll do is I'll just put 5 loot points on the ship, and then you guys can discuss if you want to take them individually or do anything like that. Anyways, we'll pick up here next session on the 29th. Thanks for watching. If you're hanging out in chat, you're welcome to join us. Thank you for watching e22. Sorry I didn't respond. I normally don't respond to chat during these sessions. Have a great night. Bye. Wait, that's the wrong thing. Wait, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I clicked the wrong button.
No,
I clicked the
she's
wrong button.